Oh, it's that time again.
So, as you've probably heard by now, the Los Angeles Lakers have missed out on the Kawhi sweepstakes. He, of course, decided to sign with the Los Angeles Clippers to team up with Paul George, and in the aftermath of that, the Los Angeles Lakers actually did a pretty good job filling out the roster. They signed guys like Danny Green, DeMarcus Cousins, Quinn Cook, all players that could realistically help a championship contending team. But there was one move that the Lakers made that I think has been a little bit understated, and that is the re-signing of Alex Caruso for $5.5 million. Now, in my opinion, not only is this deal an absolute steal, but Caruso could very well be an X factor for this Lakers team going forward in this championship push. I know that sounds crazy if you've never actually watched him play, and if you're not a Lakers fan, you may not have even heard of Alex Caruso before. But he's a guy that NBA Reddit actually loves, and he's become sort of a meme. He's been dubbed the Bald Mamba or the Bald Eagle because this man looks like the before picture in a Rogaine commercial, and he looks like an assistant manager at a diner. But Alex Caruso, looks aside, could very well be an effective player for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I say that going into next year because point guard is easily their weakest position, in my opinion. The other two point guards that they currently have on their roster are Rajon Rondo, who I'm going to talk about a little bit more in a minute, and Quinn Cook. And while I wouldn't go as far as saying that Caruso is significantly better than either of these players, I do think he can make an impact more than both of them. Not immediately, but down the road. So let's take a step back and look at Alex Caruso's production in the NBA so far. So last season, it was his second year in the league, and he only played 25 games for the Lakers. And in those 25 games, he did play 21 minutes per game. So we've seen him out there with NBA players before. In that time, he managed to score 9 points per game, turnovers 1.7. He does average a steal per game, 3 assists. So these are not numbers that necessarily jump out at you. But when you look at his efficiency, for example, he shot 1 3 per game in that time, 48% from 3 last season, which is unthinkable. Now you say, well, that's a small sample size, and that's true, but looking at his shot, his mechanics are good. He gets himself into good positions. He doesn't really force anything offensively. And overall, he's shown that when you put him out there, he can actually be pretty reliable. I think he had a 32-point game this past season, something like that. He had like an 18 and 11 game. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he's put some pretty good performances early on in his career. And this is why I'm saying when we compare him to a Rajon Rondo, who I assume is going to be starting for the Lakers, Rondo is not good anymore. I know he's a household name to some extent, and I know a lot of basketball fans still view him as the Rondo of the Celtics days, or even Rondo from a couple years ago in New Orleans, where he was actually playing a little bit better. But Rondo, first of all, does not play any sort of defense whatsoever. He can't hit a shot to save his life. He needs to be wide open to knock down threes. He's really reluctant to take them. And when he's out there, he's just completely destroying the spacing of the offense. And when we look at his numbers playing next to LeBron James, he is a huge net negative on that team. And that is a problem, because you can't have a guy out there with LeBron who needs the ball in his hands, needs to be close to the basket in order to score. It just doesn't work. Now, Quinn Cook, on the other hand, is a guy that can space the floor a little bit, but he's not much of a playmaker. So really, when we compare the potential of Alex Caruso to these two guys, I don't know, man. Caruso's got good vision. He's got a good shot. He's more athletic and a better defender than you would think, which are two things that definitely do not apply to Rajon Rondo, athletic and defender, at least at this point in his career. But aside from that, if you look at his physical attributes, he's a 6'5" point guard, and he's very strong for his position as well. So these are all positive things. It's not that there are no negatives with him. He does get a little bit lost in the offense sometimes, and he's young. It's like the only weaknesses you could say of him are issues that most young players have in general. But I believe if you give this man more minutes, he could very well be sort of the Derek Fisher of this Lakers team going forward. Not that he has the same play style as Derek Fisher, but just a good, reliable guy that, you know, his stats aren't going to jump out at you, but he does the little things. He plays hard, he makes the right plays, not making boneheaded like Lance Stevenson decisions out there, and can knock down open shots and can even create a little bit for his teammates. So yeah, my only suggestion really for Alex Caruso, if you're watching this video, my boy AC Fresh, is please shave your head. Please just shave your head. You look like Frazier. I mean, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. But I am very much in the Alex Caruso camp. I think that, like I said, he's going to be an X factor for this Lakers team if he can get into the rotation. Frank Vogel is a smart coach, and his rotations are going to be much better than Luke Walton's. So I really believe that he is going to get some run this year. And if I can be honest with you guys, I kind of hope he steals the starting spot from Rondo, because I don't see Rondo making any significant strides forward at this point in his career, either offensively or defensively. I mean, Rondo, if anything, to me, he should really be an assistant coach on the sidelines in a suit. He shouldn't be out there playing at this point in his career, but that's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments section below. Again, if you appreciate intelligent basketball discussion, which is what I'm trying to promote with this channel, please like and subscribe if you have not done so. And if you're a real one, if you're a really real one, hit that notification bell. Guys, enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I will be back soon with more content. Until next time, happy gaming, y'all.